This next one just looks like a series of circles. But if you examine that with the sun and the moon, with the Earth in the middle, and this was the date that it appeared was like April 25th, and you went around for 3 full moons, it gives us the date of a full moon on July 7th. So that's how looking at these crop circles and interpreting them for signs comes about. This is another picture of a sun. It was on April 29th, about 2 months ahead of that solar flare. And the center of it was very nicely manicured, so we know it was not done with just string and boards. There's another picture of that from another pole shot. This crop circle was on May 3rd, and it actually told us about squaring the circle. If you draw this circle around here and use the outer points of the circle for a square, you could get a square and circle that are exactly the same size, and the same with the outside part. And I'll show you later why that was important, because I have a thing about squaring the circle that I found. This was the first really magnificent crop circle of the year on May 5th. And somewhat it represented the chakra system, because the chakra system is like this, and this is a drawing of it. And we have the 7 chakras, with this being the crown chakra opening up. So they could be telling us here to watch for the opening of the crown chakra in the next few years or so on. Here's another picture of the sun, sunflower, and another example of showing us dates. This is the Earth, and over here we have the small Earth, you might say, where we are the closest to the sun, or the small sun, closest to the sun. As the sun goes around, we get further away, and the farthest point we are from the sun is on July 7th. So we have perigee and apogee denoted in this crop circle, with the Earth in the middle, and the date again of July 7th. So we're looking for a solar flare on the 7th of July. Another one with solar flares sticking out. And this was the center of that crop circle. And this is about the last crop circle that is in barley or rapeseed, because now we're going to go to crop circles in wheat. It takes a while for the wheat plants to grow, so it's usually around the middle of May that we first get the first crop circles in the wheat crops. This one has 7 circles in this ring, 7 circles in this ring, and 7 circles in the outer ring, with 1 in the middle. It's a total of 22 circles, and the 7 being pi again, 22 sevenths. Last year we had a circle on my birthday represented pi, and this year we got a 22 sevenths circle that could also represent pi. This is the first really nice circle that I like that I used this year. And this particular shape around here, like this is the seed of life, and around here, by drawing out this part and making it 3D, we get a tube torus. So this 3D shape is called a tube torus, and this is how it would look around your body. So it's a very nice geometric shape again in the crop circles, helping us understand that we are vibrating beings, and we are putting out an energy field like this around our body at all times as our heart is beating electrically. This crop circle on May 25th in Windmill Hill, I thought was very inspiring. It has 7 lines like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and so I took it to be like a celestial harp. It also has the yin-yang feature in it, and the playing of the notes, the music of the spheres. And this brings me to a thing I had made about 2 years earlier on this, and that was the moon looked like the center with the lay down of this. Notice the lay was very different around this, like a real full moon. And that's this part of the circle and this part of the circle. But the tetrahedron is an object that I made many years ago, the whole set of platonic solids. And this tetrahedron can be truncated. So by truncating it, we're taking a tetrahedron, and we're cutting the points off. So we get a rather strange looking object like this, and we find that there's 7 ways that we can make it spin by putting the points through the flat parts and through the edges. So it's one of the reasons why we are currently living in a 7 universe with 7 chakras, 7 days of the week, 7 notes in the piano, 7 colors in the rainbow. All those things you find about 7 are represented because we're in a 7 world, because there's 7 ways to make a spin. And as you know, the news that we have on the TV is all about the spin they put on it. So another way to look at the number 7 is that it's actually the center of our geometric numbers. Because if you take the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and multiply them all among themselves, you come up with a number that equals 720. If you take the higher numbers, 8, 9, and 10, you get 720. So 7 is the center of this thing, and it just happens that 7 times the 720 is 5,040. Now, why is that number important? Because on that number, we find the radius of the Earth and the Moon stacked on top of each other. 5,040 miles. What a coincidence, huh? This universe was built by someone that was very mathematical. So we have this tetrahedron that I truncated, and I was talking about this in England when I was over there last year, and I had this shape here, which is a diamond when it's truncated, and I had a diamond shape here. And I was working on trying to figure out how to put this into my talk over there to get it explained, because the diamond fits right over this truncated tetrahedron, which makes this a diamond vehicle. And I was kind of asking Spirit for a little help and things to go along with this. So the week I was working on this, this is what they did. This was last year, and they went ahead and made this crop circle. So it's just like Stephen Greer was talking last night, Dr. Stephen Greer. Our consciousness affects our reality. It's just a miracle on how they're able to tap into us and understand what we're doing and then make it appear someplace else. So this is what happened in the crop circles last year with the tetrahedron and the 7. Okay, a few weeks later we had this crop circle called the jellyfish, because it looks like a jellyfish, but actually it's a drawing again of the Earth's magnetic field being hit by a solar flare. So it was more of a reference to the sun again, rather than just being a jellyfish out in the ocean. Or if you counted this, you could count this again as 7 chakras, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this being the crown chakra, covering or opening up a big crown over the top of the head. But here's another picture of the sun with this Earth's magnetic field and the jellyfish crop circle. This crop circle appeared on my birthday this year, June 1st. They always give me nice birthday presents since I know I like crop circles. And the thing about this crop circle, it looks like nothing. However, it talks about squaring of the circle. See, the squaring of the circle in my Keys book, Key 10831, squaring of the circle is one of the greatest mathematical problems known in ancient Egypt pre-scientists, who were concerned with a greater celestial movement, for it allowed them to use higher astrophysical tables given by the higher revolution which were placed in the Great Pyramid. Now, the Great Pyramid also helps us define the number pi, and that's what this does in the squaring of the circle. It helps define an irrational number called pi. Without it, we can't make circles and squares on equal perimeters.